Oh my. Hi everyone, it's episode 51 of the 2-Minute Terminator, where we break down the Terminator films 2 minutes at a time. Our begrudging co-host is once again on the other end of the line.
Hi!
Ellie Fitzgerald's here with a spring and a
Stop
step.
calling me begrudging co-host.
Ellie Fitzgerald's here with a spring in her step and a sunshine in her voice. I'm Ethan McKinley, your host.
Bum.
And we're going to break down the Terminator films 2 minutes at a time. Yes, we're British. Yes, we have no business talking about the Terminator, a classic American film, but hey, we've done that film already. There's nothing you can do about it. We're on Terminator 3 now. In fact, probably the last or penultimate show we're going to do for this season. And hopefully, if we can coax Ellie out of her shell, we'll be doing, was it Terminator Salvation. Will it be our salvation?
Will it be my salvation? I doubt it.
And with that, I bid thee welcome, and I bid thee hitteth the music.
Hitteth the music.
Shut up.
Howdy, stranger.
Don't say howdy, stranger, to me.
Hi, I'm Chief Master Sergeant William Candy.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
And we're back. Yes, hello everyone. We are in.
Yes, hello everyone.
Yes, hello
Ethan,
everyone.
this isn't like Radio 1 6 o'clock news.
I know, but I'm trying to make it more professional. This could be.
Fuck professional, man.
This could be someone's first show.
No, but they don't want to. If you turned on a podcast and it just sounded really professional, you'd go, "It's dry lunch."
You'd
Next.
think that. However, sadly, all the other podcasts do sound quite professional, and I like them for that.
Well, the ones that I like are the ones where they talk like they're just talking to their mate, because that's what I
We
like.
do that in the show.
Chit-chat.
For anyone listening, if it is your first show, what are you doing? Go back to the start and listen to all of them. We only started a year ago.
I bet this has never happened. I bet no one has ever listened to a show when we've said, if this is your first show.
Well, we're saying it now. We're on episode 51. We're going from minutes 98 to 100. The 1 hour, that's a lie, the 1 hour 40-minute mark to the 1 hour 42-minute mark. And then we hit the credits, basically. It opens with the radio going, "Who's that? Who's in charge over there?" And he goes, "Me, John Connor." And he goes, "What? We need help, Connor. We need help." And then kind of goes, "Well, fuck can I do? I'm locked in a bloody nuclear bunker in the middle of the desert. I'm not coming out there." So, basically, they're all going to die.
You're all gonna die.
And it ends essentially with the credits. It ends with John Connor telling everyone that, well, they're screwed, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Basically, mate, you're fucked.
In fact, you know what?
After you've taken a shit.
It's spread into millions
Disgusting.
of computer servers across the planet. Ordinary computers in office buildings, dorm rooms, everywhere. It was software in cyberspace. There was no system core. It could not be shut down.
Couldn't be shut down.
The attack began at 6:18 p.m., just as he said it would. Judgment
What I
Day,
want to know, though, is...
the day the human race was nearly destroyed by the weapons.
So what, were
they
people's
built to
computers
protect
just going...
themselves.
No, what he's trying to say there, Ellie, is there was no like central point that Skynet, the wellspring of Skynet,
No, I know what you're saying.
sprang from. It's
But-
like it's in everything, so there's nothing you can do about it. There was no one thing they could destroy that would have stopped it. It infected the entire system, which I guess is an ethos and a philosophy they carried over in Genesis when they're actually developing, I guess, like an Apple-type operating system that will like take over, like Microsoft or Apple or whatnot, Safari.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's I think my point concisely put. Go on.
I understand that. But, okay, a couple of things came into my head when you were talking through that, and I've made some notes when I actually watched the clip, so...
Well, that's good.
The first...
That's what we're here for.
So the first thing I wanted to say was, when he said it's spread to everybody's... So this is what I'm imagining. as he's doing this little kind of monologue, and we're watching all the rockets shoot off from the ground, and everything's going fucking nuts. So, are we assuming that this virus has gone into everybody's software? It's gone into their home computers. It's gone into everything. So, it's just like an attack of all computers.
No, I don't think toasters would have come alive and killed people in their homes.
No, I don't mean toasters. That's not a computer. My point being is, you've got all these bombs that they're showing. So there's like a barn scene, isn't there? And you see all these rockets kind of like flying up, and they're kind of they're trying to show the different terrains and the different kind of areas of places that are going to be affected by this, and all these bombs are going off and shit, you know?
Yeah. Ellie's very ponderous on this episode.
Pardon?
You're very ponderous on this episode.
I know, I'm just...
Get on with it, fuck.
I am pondering. I'm just, like, thinking it... I don't know. As I was watching it, I was thinking, so... Are these like people's computer? So if you're sat in front of your computer right now and you're on a Mac, is your computer going to explode? Is that part of Skynet's like?
No.
Because that would have worked really well. If Skynet had like logged into, let's say, Apple, and gone to every single Apple user. Let's be honest.
Well, let's say it came from the military, and then let's say it came and went and infected other things like Apple and Microsoft, and it just became a part of the system. Yes, but I don't think like appliances or computers would have like leapt off attacking people. It would have
but I mean just like exploding. Like
no, but if it was like some central intelligence within all things, then it could start kind of like, you know, turning the power off here, stopping gas pumps working there, just removing any kind of like, well, for any living people, I doubt there would be very many left, but like with any functioning like utilities like running water and fuel and stuff, but it would be in control of all that stuff. Gas is pumped electrically, so anyone trying to use a gas pump or turn on a generator somewhere, I imagine in this version of Skynet, where it's an operating system as opposed to some giant central core, which is depicted by that giant pyramid, which is in the T2 Battle Across Time, which was the video that played along with the ride at Universal Studios, which kind of like was replaced with the Simpsons ride recently, I think. Or was that the Back to the Future ride? Our American cousins will know. Yeah, but in this version of Terminator, they kind of scrapped the idea that it's like a military operation installation with that giant central hub, and it's now in everything. Like I said, they carry that over from Terminator Genesis, and they've it's in everything now. Whether that means toasters leaping off the wall and biting your face off, I don't know. Probably not.
Always with the toaster, man.
Well, it would. I think it would infect. It would infect. It would infect systems, wouldn't it? So it would like control the military. It'd start launching missiles, which is what's happened here. It would start like all the automated systems would be under the control of Skynet. I don't know still to this day, and I can't tell anyone right now how it would build an army of this and an army of that. Without...
Can't or won't?
Well, it wouldn't, because unless you'd already developed like a bunch of like human-shaped robots like the Terminators, which we did see. We saw one of them, and we saw a couple of T1s, sorry, those tank-like things earlier in the film that the TX kind of reprogrammed or infected with an evil virus. This doll switched to evil. I can't see how the automation of building this army of Skynet HKs, be them flying ones, human physical shaped ones, the development of the bioflesh generator to make the Terminator robots, unless you've got people working the machines and making all that happen, again, all that stuff would have to be in place before Skynet took over.
Exactly.
You'd have to have those robots there to do all the human in-between stuff that the machines couldn't do, because an intelligence is one thing, but then if it's only trapped, like I said, the ghost in the machine, it's in this computer screen, that system over there, there's nothing physical in the world to move around with an opposable thumb to kind of work all those fucking machines.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless there's an army of already human-shaped Terminators ready to go, which I doubt, because they were kind of developing that one prototype, which we took a screen grab of a few episodes back at the airbase.
Which was piss poor.
Again, I don't understand how you'd actually get to that point where you'd have an automated, like, totalitarian army wielded by Skynet, which, you know, that's fine. It's a system and it's everything.
That was another point that I've actually written down in my notes. I was just like,
you'd have to have a physical element to kind of carry out those orders, and you couldn't carry out those orders initially until all that army was built. And what's there to build the army if it's just a system or a ghost in the machine? Get out of that one, Spaldner.
Feisty.
Well, he usually has a good answer for everything, and most of the time he's right, or we are in agreement. But come on, try and. I don't think anyone's going to dispute this. How would you actually get the Terminator army built and have it kind of like enforcing the will of the machine in every sense of the word, unless, you know, you've got the army built, ready to go? It's not, you know, I don't think it's been depicted in any of these films up to this point, after the war's happened, how it kind of like grows and builds itself into this giant like war machine in a sense.
It's, yeah, I don't know.
You could have human slaves, I guess, to work the factories, and then you slowly rub them all out. But you've just killed all the humans, and again, you still need some physical enforcer to carry out your will. You've shot the missiles, you've thrown the bombs. Admittedly, well done, okay. But at this point in the nuclear holocaust, after the nuclear fire has died down, for the minimal people that are around, do they just go, oh, you know what we should do? Go and work in the factory and continue our work building robots?
Building robots.
Building a robot.
I think it works in like comic book world, but just not in the human world.
The concept's cool. It's just like, how did it get?
Yeah, the concept's awesome.
How did it get to be? There's this kind of like this like dead zone, if you will, of storytelling, where you go from the bombs hitting, wiping out the human race, and then getting rid of the remaining people, or this civil war happening. Well, not civil war, but between man and machine. Like
Civil war.
In this like dead zone story area, how does it go from the bombs going off to building itself into those like chrome ships and the chrome tanks and the HKs and the physical shape of the Terminator? Then which mind develops the bioflesh generator to give them that human form that started off, like Carl said in Terminator, as a rubber skin? Come on.
Bad breath, everything. You know when we get the wait, let me make sure that there's
by the way, anyone listening, if there's any like weird Close Encounters-y music in the background, if you're a real movie buff, you may have spotted this by now, but the bumper music for today's show is the Superman soundtrack from 1978. The reason I've done that is because I'm mourning the loss of Christopher Reeve because the new Superman film sucks.
I'm mourning the loss
He
of
fucking hated it. It was really bad. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I actually wrote. This is what got me banned again, listeners, off Facebook. The Ellie is going to have to post this video later on the Terminator page. I just put this like scathing diatribe. Someone was like saying how amazing the new Superman film was, so I like went in and went, "How dare you!" Now I've lost it, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, is that how you've got banned again?
No, I wrote this big thing about the film, but then I put like everyone's saying, oh, the old Superman wasn't edgy, but in Superman 3, Superman like splits into two halves, and there's bad Superman and good Superman. It's amazing. So you can make basically my argument was, I'll just say it, trying to catch up with Marvel in one movie, having Batman use guns and kill people. He doesn't use guns, he doesn't kill people, he never has, because he's a freaking ninja and he's a detective. That depowers the character immediately, because at that point, what's the point of having any supervillains? He's got no foils or kind of like dark halves to fight like the Joker, because he'd just kill the Joker and then that would be the end of that story. He wouldn't put him in, like I said, prison or the asylum and he'd escape and then you'd have another adventure. And it also destroys the moral compass of the character. What's the point? Again, they did the same thing with Superman. Making Superman as miserable and kill happy as Batman makes no contrast in a versus movie. It was a mess, Ellie. They painted themselves into a corner because they have Lois Lane, like you saw in Man of Steel, who knows who Clark Kent is, and they're lovers. So it removes the three-way love triangle that you have in the comics and the old movies of like Clark's in love with Lois, but she's not interested in Clark because I suppose the feminists would go crazy at this now because it makes her look shallow. But I'm sorry, that's what women are like. she's only interested in Superman. And there's that dichotomy in all the characters that he can't tell Lois who he actually is as Clark because he loves her, but she's in love with Superman. But if he tells Lois who he is, it'll blow his cover, and he can't be Clark anymore. So that gets thrown out the freaking window. Also, as an actor, it prevents the duality and the character of Clark and Superman. It robs the actor of kind of playing that like dual performance. And everyone would now argue that like, well, she's an ace reporter. She just recognised him without his glasses, but no one else in the office recognises that he's Clark Kent and Superman. Mm. And the way Christopher Reeve played it in the original film, he was such a bumbling, stuttering fuckwit. You'd be like, who'd fuck him? He's quite distinctly two different people, and you could honestly believe that you'd never recognise that. Yeah. You'd never put two and two together. He was Superman. Mm. And, as for giving him an edge, Christopher Reeve, again, played evil Superman in Superman 3, and it's amazing. So, it's a note-perfect performance in cinema history.
Ethan.
And I think, Ellie, you can...
I'm going to say something that's going to rock your world.
You can... You've not seen Superman?
I've not seen Superman 3.
We'll get to that. All I'm saying is, people are arguing on this message board, like, you've got to make Superman edgy, you need new blood and energize the franchise and stuff. But... if you're introducing a character to the broad public, most people don't read comic books. They do this in comics all the time. There was, like I said, Red Sun, where Superman as a baby crashed in Russia as opposed to America, and it was like this communist tale of like them using him as a weapon, a bit like they did Dr. Manhattan in The Watchmen. But my argument is, if you're starting a character off, for a lot of people, this will be their first Superman.
Yeah.
And if you're presenting a classic character to an audience, you have to stick to the basic tenets of that character. Otherwise, what's the point? If you make Superman dark, he's not Superman anymore. He's meant to be innocent and hopeful. He's meant to be a symbol of hope for people.
Yeah.
So, if you had Romeo and Juliet, you have to have Romeo and Juliet fall in love. Otherwise, what's the point in doing Romeo and Juliet? Sherlock Holmes has to deduce crimes with his mind and be brilliant and a genius. If you mess with that, what's the point? Which is what your argument.
Ethan, stop there! Stop.
No! Wait, stop. That was your argument for the the Sherlock Holmes film with Robert Downey Jr.
Exactly.
Having said that, he did deduce a lot of crimes with his mind. They just did it in the Guy Ritchie way. But
no,
there's no way that the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes is an offence against humanity the way they've done with Superman. And because people are now arguing for this new Superman going, he should kill people, that's what he would do to save them, and it's not. You don't understand what the character's about. And if you can't write a character that's innocent and represents those things, then what's the point in doing it? They keep trying to put this dark template on Superman. It doesn't work. And if you're going to do that, just do another character.
Yeah.
Do Daredevil or Batman or someone else. Because like in the Marvel films, they've made Captain America is kind of Marvel's version of Superman, or maybe Shazam, as I said. And they kept
I'd agree with that.
They kept Captain America in the Marvel films like this do-gooder, but he was still tough and didn't take any shit and had an edge to him. You just need to write the character properly, and I think DC have kind of like thrown everything at the wall in a panic to start the DC cinematic universe kind of up and running, and they've not earned it, like I said, like the Marvel movies, like they've done 4 or 5 or 6 films. But shame on you for not seeing the original Superman. It's like literally one of the greatest performances on film of all time.
Who hasn't seen it?
You.
I've seen it. Fuck you.
What have you said you haven't seen?
I said I haven't seen Superman 3.
Oh, it's amazing. It's all right. It's not
Superman.
amazing. It's just basically they poison Superman with like fake kryptonite.
I've never seen evil Christopher Reeve.
It's amazing when he splits into 2 halves. Becomes evil Superman. It's awesome. It's really good.
I might watch it after I finish this.
Yeah, no, it's really good. I mean, the elements everyone complains about with Superman 3 is Richard Pryor was kind of made the front and center star, and it's more played for laughs as opposed to anything, and that obviously is true. But this, like, when they like poison him with fake kryptonite and he turns evil, it's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I think I might watch that tonight. I'm not even joking. You've inspired me, McKinley.
You don't even... Well, you should really watch Superman 2. Watch them all. The first one's one of the best films ever.
I've seen the second film.
40 years. Who would have
not a
said
long
40 years
time.
later? Usually, no one ever goes on about a film that's still relevant and the acting or the person's performance is great. That's a truly great acting performance.
Oh hell yeah! There's a few classics.
Ethan foaming at the mouth for 10 minutes talking about Superman. And you go, yeah, there's a few classics.
Well, yeah, because this is meant to be about Terminator.
What do the listeners think? Tell me right on the wall, even though I can't see it, like what you thought of Superman. Batman versus Superman. Oh, it was a mess.
Can you
I
not
hated
see
it.
it?
No, I can see. I just can't participate anymore. Basically, what
Oh
we
my
did,
God.
listeners, is I created a fake account called Caged Heating because I posted a picture of
Caged heating, that's fucking amazing.
I posted a picture of a dick on Facebook. Wasn't mine, by the way. In a thread, and I got banned. This time, the banners last 4 weeks, and they've got more progressively longer. First, it was a week, then there was a 2-week ban for something stupid. But I think the two leading up to this point was literally just the thing called what they call spamming, when you just post a YouTube video in a thing, which is perfectly innocent. Which is what I did today. I put a Christopher Reeve kind of like montage on this fucking comic book page.
Right.
And all of a sudden, I can't use Facebook anymore.
Oh shit.
So there's 2 more weeks. So I might have a little holiday from the show. And when we're back up and running, I'm going to create another page, destroy my old Facebook page, and make myself admin on the new 2-minute Terminator thing. So if that original page goes, we don't lose everything.
Why would we lose that page though?
I think because the originator of that page would be kind of banned or no longer exist. It might mean that page might be deleted in conjunction with that. Having said that, it's probably not true.
I'm the other admin.
That's what I mean, yeah. But you're not.
No, the page will be fine.
I might need to adjust, I think, maybe the settings to make you like the sole author of that page, just in case of an emergency.
To save our Terminator baby.
So if my Facebook gets destroyed by Facebook, so don't mess around on Facebook,
God,
Ethan,
you're leaving
and stay
me
friends with Ellie.
You're leaving me the Terminator in your will.
Yeah,
Oh my God, I'm a beneficiary.
that's all I got.
Shit, man.
Anyway, we've got some lovely trivia.
Trivia schmivia.
Bing! Oh no, that's the other one.
Cock ups, you fucking cock.
Near the end of the film, Ellie, the computer near the end of the film, Ellie, the computer console displays Blue 478. You're my boy, Blue.
You're my boy.
And John says Dakota 775. Code numbers actually refer to the Intel Pentium 4's socket design with second generation P4 processors using the 478 and later using the LGA 775 socket. So there you go.
Oh wow.
That means nothing to me. Another
I was gonna
reference.
say, was that it?
Another reference is the particle accelerator control room designated P4. So I think they're suggesting that the Pentium processor in all computers is Skynet. I don't know why they're saying that, and I think a lot's happened in the last 12 or 13 years with the internet kind of like becoming more prevalent. That it's more operating systems now than anything, and not chips that you put in individual computers. You got it wrong, Terminator.
Or into your mouth.
And also, despite using multiple, how do I put this? Despite using multiple uses of strong language and gory violence, the BBFC, which is the British Board of Film Classification, Ellie, in the UK, passed the film uncut with a 12A rating. The first film in the series to be handed that rating. The board received almost 60 complaints from the members of the public who felt 12A was too lenient.
It was too lenient.
Did you see anything in that film that was like that bad? There's nothing in it, is there? There's like
what the fuck?
When he kills her fiance, he's got the Tobey Maguire expression for the entire film. There's just a bit of blood that goes over that picture of him and Kate, isn't there?
Yeah. What the fuck?
What the F?
What the flippity flop?
What the flippity flop?
What the F? What the Fabergé egg?
Yeah.
I might start saying that.
I'm going to fly to.
I do quite like the music at the end of
If you need to be loved.
this film, though. The music that's playing as John's giving this last final bit of monologue, it's quite nice.
Read my mind.
Well, that's Marco Beltrami.
Yes, it is.
Well, Ellie, after the scintillating contribution you made to tonight's show, do you have anything else to add? Do you have any more qualms?
Do we think that final image of that endoskeleton is Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't think of that.
Because remember he says, "I'll see you again," or no, he doesn't say "I'll see you again." What does he say to him?
Well, he does say, "I'll see you again."
Were they the exact words, or was it "We'll meet again"?
We'll meet again.
We'll meet again, and then I feel like, because it kind of like the camera zoomed in on his face when he said that, and I kind of feel like we're zooming in on this endoskeleton. So I'm thinking, is that final image? Do we think that that's actually Arnie the TA-50?
I don't know. As he went off next to essentially a very small nuclear bomb, I very much doubt the Terminator would survive enough to have his CPU still running and then have his eye go, "Ew."
Yeah, I know, but everything's in, like, because it's like atomic bomb debris everywhere.
Well, what would have to happen is... Happen.
What would have to happen? What's your name?
He's stuck under the blast door, isn't he?
In Hereford and Hampshire, hurricanes hardly ever happen.
He's stuck under the blast door, isn't he? And he's holding the TX back. He shoves the power cell into her mouth. It explodes, which is essentially a small nuclear bomb. Mm-hmm. As we discussed, I think the last episode or the one before. Actually, the one we didn't record because we've got the bonus episode tomorrow, which is episode 48. It's a bit late, but here's 48. I mean, really, that would have sent a nuclear fire, as I said, through every corridor of the base, blown the door upwards. And as we saw from the outdoor shot from the outside the base, the mountain actually explodes from within, and you see it kind of like just all falling apart from the outside. So in reality, that would have killed everyone in the base, destroyed the door and everything. If we're thinking in movie physics terms, maybe he kind of slipped out from under the door, so he was on the outside side of it, so they were safe inside. The bomb went off, the door didn't damage or destroy, and then that was the end of that. When all the nuclear bombs went off in the desert from all the launches, I guess there was a giant flood or tidal waves, and there's like that valley's filled with water, and then maybe his light went out in his head. That's the only thing I can think of.
It's pretty elaborate, dude.
In terms of a tone poem and like the poetry of film, the poetry of filmmaking, I guess yes, it's Arnold's head, but I don't really think it is.
I like to think that. Well, when I saw it, that's what I thought of anyway.
I think because the film started kind of with that John Connor, and then it pans down and goes under that, like under the LA River basically, and it's full of like the playground, the destroyed Terminator skulls and stuff. I think it's just like buttoning each end of the film with that image. I think maybe it's started with human skulls, and then you finish on a Terminator skull. I don't fucking know.
I don't fucking know. He couldn't give a fuck, mate. News.
So no, I don't know.
I just thought. And then it gives the ever so encouraging line, "The battle has just begun."
I just don't see how it could begin from this point. Like I said, there's no automated thing with thumbs that can work the machines and start doing research to create and finish the work of the Terminators initially created by the humans, unless human slaves do it. They do have that in Terminator Salvation, where they have internment camps when they have humans working for them. But to get to that point again, to get that up and running and enforce the will of the machine again, you still need a physical manifestation of that machine in the world. If you got tanks and stuff, fine. But how do they recharge? Do they run off like unlimited energy, perpetual motion? And if they don't, how do the mains work? Is there a power station? Who works at that? Who plugs the tank into the mains to charge the batteries? The batteries.
Answer me that, Alan.
Yeah, it's just that dead zone of storytelling which kind of like leaves me cold. So anyway, your mission after I've done this, Ellie,
yes.
Do you have the little clip I initially sent you without the dialogue of episode 51, the 2-minute segment I sent you? Do you have it on your desktop anywhere? Actually, you know what? Just give me your Facebook details again. I'll sort it out.
Oh God!
I know,
Spit
right?
Hands on my innards.
I didn't do anything naughty last time, did I? I was a good boy.
Do you know what? Ever since I've done that, though, I've had all kinds of issues with my Facebook. I'm not even joking.
Well, again, your Facebook was started from another terminal.
Well, no, because it keeps saying that Well, I keep getting these notifications saying.
I think you're being like on a watch list now because you know me.
It's saying that my computer's being logged into in like different places in the country, stuff like that. I don't know. It's weird.
Well, that'll explain it then.
What are you doing, McKinley?
Nothing.
my
I'm
God.
just using a toothpick.
McKinley is Skynet. No, I mean just in general.
Well, I just hope this episode. Well, if you're listening to this, it did record. We did actually to use
It's a better recorded.
a turn of phrase to get it up. So in short, anything to wrap up? We covered the Man of Steel. We covered everything. So
I'm all good.
yeah.
Hasta vista.
Oh, wow. See you later, everyone. Yeah, if you enjoy the
that's the weirdest one yet.
if you enjoy the show, of course, tell your friends about it. Invite all your friends to like the Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter, and support the show on YouTube.
Yeah.
If you want to donate any money, I'm going to try and get the donations facility working on Patreon, and you can of course donate to Ethan McKinley's Questionable at Patreon// you'll find it. I don't know. And yeah, there is a bit of a scoop. Kelly LeBrock is possibly one of the next guests coming up on Questionable.
Mm-hmm.
I've been
Buck
corresponding
Angel.
with her. Buck Angel, the man with the pussy, he's coming up too. And hopefully we can gain step on this 2-bit show.
A man with a pussy interviewing a man with a pussy.
Yeah.
Hey!
No, a very butch man with a pussy talking to a pussy. Oh, and John Nichols, thank you for your banana picture.
Yes! Oh, she is. Oh, amazing.
You'll never change my mind.
Okay, I will.
I
Look forward to
will.
it.
Anyway, until then, Ellie's going to give me her Facebook details. I will have this show up within the next hour. And yeah, thank you for listening. 2-Minute Terminator on Facebook. Like the page. Invite all your friends to like it. Just keep clicking. And follow us on Twitter. Until the next time, we've got 1 or 2 more shows to end this season. And then we're going to take a little break until I can get back on Facebook. And then we'll be away with Terminator Salvation.
Away! Hi-ho, Silver!
Away! And yeah, we're going to start cracking the whip on Ellie. Getting these things done.
Machines, they're unstoppable. Watch out for machines, they will rule the world. I'll be back.